Hey guys, I'm Sid and today I'm going to make a ride review of Royal Enfield Interceptor 650. So this is a key. Now let's get started for the ride review. So guys, now let's start the ride review. So here we go. Now just I'm starting the bike. Now first of all, before starting the actual video, I would like to thank the Royal Enfield Motor in the showroom who let their bike for me to shoot the video. Now coming back to the video, now this is a 650cc cruiser motorcycle which comes under the price bracket of 4 lakh rupees and which is a good option to buy, because at the 4 lakh you have the options like KTM RC 390, Duke 390 and 300 to 400cc motorcycles. Now mainly this bike is used by the people or the person who like to just do the long tour on their motorcycle without getting tired, and this bike is very good at that performance. It's the main key point of this bike. Now riding this bike in a city is it quite feels a lot more heavier because it is about 202 kgs, and people, another good point is that when you are driving this in the city traffic at the your low speed, the sound of this bike is also good at the stock silencers, and the people just make their head turn around to see and get so curious about to know which bike you are riding, because this bike you won't see this bike every time on the city traffic. Now you have to be very careful that the two silencer won't get touched to the another people when you are stopped at the signal or driving to the heavy bumper to bumper traffic. Now when I was driving through this traffic, now as this bike gets a slipper clutch, now slipper clutch works very well, so it is your work at the certain extent. Now driving this bike in the city is not quite amazing, because this bike is made for the tourer basis and also have drive through the winding roads. Now you will come to know in the further montages. Now when we are driving, as we know, in on Indian conditions we have many potholes at the cities. So when I just encountered the potholes, the bike has absorbed the potholes very well. The suspension setup is good, because as I have said before that this is a cruiser motorcycle. This is what I have experienced when I was driving in the city. The rear view mirror also are very good. You give the decent amount of the view for the rear passenger. Only the concern about is the person who sits at the rear may be uncomfortable because of the position of the foot pegs and the seat, which has a little bit firmer side, and there is a small grab handle to grab it. So that's what it has the concern. What I am having the concern about this bike. And another good thing is that as I have said that this bike has the power of this bike is very linear. Just when you accelerate the throttle, it just gives an instant pushback. That's a good thing. And I predict that the Continental GT must be a more fun to ride a motorcycle, because it's an cafe racer and I haven't tried it before. So when I will ride it, I will tell you how that bike also performs on the city as well as in the highways. So let's jump towards some winding roads and encounter the city highway. So now I am on the twisty twisty winding roads, which comes before the highway. So one thing I have experienced of this bike over the winding roads is that when you're driving this bike over the winding roads, you may feel not that much enthusiastic, because it's a cruiser motorcycle, and second thing would be because of the position of the handlebar. I may assume that the Continental GT 650 will give you more enthusiastic experience over the winding roads. Now another good thing, or the thing most important thing, that the brake. So even though if you go for a super bikes, there is another most important factor that you have to be concerned about is the brake, whether the brakes are working quite well or not. So the braking of this bike is good. It brakes very well. It doesn't skid anything. When you brake it, you will not feel that the bike is getting skidding or etc. And when you're doing the high speeds, now at some 120 or 130, you may feel little number of the wobbliness. So that's the thing that I have experienced. Now let's jump towards let's see how it experience, how it feels to ride on highway. So now I am just going to enter the national highway, the Bangalore highway. So before entering to the highway, the good thing just I want to highlight about is that the cushioning of the seat and also the suspension tuning. When I was riding about the on the highway before, then I feel like the road should never get in, because it's such a good experience to feel, to experience, to ride. And the top speed that I have clocked is about 120 kmph. Now after 120 kmph, the bike or above 140, the bike will feel littleness, or you will feel little little amount of the bumpiness. The people who have, I have watched the video on YouTube, they have thought about 160 km, but it is impossible to drive on whenever you are having above 120 km because of the supply, and some after some distance you don't have the same amount of the road patch, you will have an broken patch as well, so it becomes very difficult to drive or to ride this motorcycle at the higher speeds and to control over it. The controlling of the bike is also good. As I said, the brakes work very well. And the another thing that I have not yet what we can satisfy that this gears and analog instrument cluster, and that the odometer is so small that it becomes very difficult when you are driving this bike and just want to see how much kilometer I have driven in the sunlight. I wish they would have gave the bigger odometer console, that small digital part. They have gave the. I wish they would make it bigger so that it becomes very easy to have your look, to keep your eye on it when you are driving, when you are riding. On the sweet spot of this bike is about 860 or 675 to about 100 kmph. When I was riding about 80 kmph with my friend who was at the village, and we were very comfortable while riding it, and I never feel that when I was going to overtake any of the big vehicle or any of the bike, I was not feeling that now I should leave the do the downshift and I have to go. I was not feeling like that. At that constant speed, I just gave an instant throttle and it just went away. And that's a good thing, even though it being a cruiser motorcycle. So this is what I have observed, what I have experienced, what I have felt while I was driving this bike. And another thing that you will really be happy when you ride this bike for long distances. You won't feel any tiredness or any fatigue if compared with the Continental GT. Continental GT is for the enthusiastic purpose, this is for the cruising purpose. That is more enthusiastic, this is more relaxed and more, you can say, linear driving experience. So I will also show the montage of clocking the speed about 120 kmph. So just watch the video till the end, so you will come to know how I have clocked the 120 kmph speed. And the another thing, that the horn of this bike is also very good to sound, very good to hear. It's not very harsh, it's not very soft, it's at the moderate level. So just now watch how I have clocked the speed about 120 kmph. And also, even though being a cruiser motorcycle, it will give some amount of the joy, some amount of the thrill when you ride this bike at the higher speeds. But I recommend that just drive this bike at its sweet spot. And here we go. I just hit about 100. After that, I have got the 120 kmph as well. After when I clocked the 120, I just came back and I have stopped for my breath. So now after this, I have clocked the speed about 120 kmph. So just have look, now it's the 110. After that I have 120, then I just came back because of these bad patches, and it is very difficult to control this to go above 120 kmph. So this was all about the experience that I have felt when I was riding this bike. I'm just willing to share. If you really like this bike, then just go ahead and buy it, because it is very a good thing or the good bike. See the thumbs up, it's a good bike to buy under the price bracket of 4 lakh rupees. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also, don't forget to press the bell notification so that you won't miss any single upload. Till then, ride safe, drive safe, take care. See you soon.